Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Sai, and I'm here with This is the Ray, one of Respawn's newest partners. Let me pass you straight over.
Sai, man, thanks for having me here. Appreciate you inviting me to come and be a part of this. It's been a crazy 10, 12, 13, 15 weeks, whatever it's been. I mean, I've lost all track of time, but man, excited to be here with you. Excited to hang out with recruits. So just right off the top, I'll start with it's not over. It might feel like it's over, but trust me when I tell you, it's not even a little bit over. And so I'm going to get it started right from the top. Hashtag bring Sai back. Let's do this. Let's
Holy
get this
crap.
guy back in here.
Damn, I'll take that.
We're starting strong, dude. We're starting right out of the freaking gate.
Okay, Ray, so how did it feel seeing your name called as partner?
Man, I got to be honest with you. I think that everybody felt like Elder was like the lockdown number one. I mean, we'd been in various chats throughout the day. Care Bear XP and I had done a couple of broadcasts on her broadcast or mine where we discussed top 5. I mean, going back even 5 and 6 weeks ago. And we called out, man, I called out a bunch of people that made it. I called out a bunch of people that made top 5. And so Elder, we knew. I felt really good about Care Bear. So those two going 1 and 2 was great. The very full of myself part of me was like, I could be number 3. Like I was like, I was thinking, and then I wasn't number 3. And it was like, honestly, panic. Like it, because now I'm like, there's 2 spots left and there's 7 of us and they're only going to pick 5. And what is going to happen? And like, do not, like, Kelly is so deserving. Kelly is cool. She's like the freaking demon of Call of Duty. She's not the ghost of Caldera. She's like the demon of Verdansk and Caldera and all of them. If I see her name in that lobby, I'm shutting my PC down. I'm going to sleep. Like, I'm not even leaving the lobby. I'm gone for the night. And so seeing her get chosen was awesome for her. It's funny. I was trying really hard when I'm refreshing Twitter to like not see the little media window to the right, because I knew I could see the media window and I wanted to see, and so I'm like, does that look like, out of my peripheral, I'm like, does that look like me? And I screamed so loud that my mic distorted in Care Bears in her stream, because we'd all made rules. Like, we weren't going to tell each other. Like, we were going to let each other see it. Like, we're going to try not to like be the distractor. And I'm like in my house, like screaming at the top of my lungs. And on her stream, my software must have been like clipping me out, like keeping me, because it was so loud and keeping me down. And so she's just sitting there like waiting, like to see what's going on. And then eventually you just hear me, you're like, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's crazy, man. We worked so hard for 10 weeks, man. And you
guys did.
You know, I mean, above and beyond, like even what I normally do as a content creator. I mean, for me, my general rules of thumb are like, try to stream 2 or 3 times a week and try to at least have 1 media post a day. Dude, there was times I was posting 4 and 5 TikToks a day, and like, I mean, there was days that I would stream 2 different 3-hour time periods in the course of a day, just trying to like have enough content and feel like they got to see me, they got to see me, they got to see me, they got to see me. Yeah. So it was like partial like relief, like, man, like we did it. And then partial like, oh my God, how did this happen? I do not deserve to be here even a little bit. Cause I got cut at like 250, 200. I got cut early. I got cut. And I knew why I got cut. I mean, the week that I got cut, I had only streamed for like 5 hours, and that's what was on my form. And what had happened was my parents came into town, and I don't see my family very often. I live like 20 some hours away from where my family lives, and it's been that way for like most of my kids' life. And so my parents said they were going to come in for like Labor Day weekend, and they came in a little bit before that. I remember the night before thinking, okay, if I stream for like 4 hours tonight, I'm probably going to be okay. But I haven't watched a baseball game with my dad in probably 10 years. And I was like, I'm going to watch a ball game with my dad. This is the first time I've ever really been super consistent with streaming. Now, I make videos and post short form stuff all the time. But like, so for me, like, I was literally like, if this is what gets me cut, I understand. I can be at peace with that. But I really want to watch a baseball game with my dad. Like, I want to spend time with my dad tonight. And we did that, and I got cut. And so I was off for a couple days, and then I was on the road. I had to go up to New York for business, for work. I do production for a living. Like, I do video and TV editing for people for a living. It's just, this is what I do for me. I edit their stuff for them. And it was like my next to last day in New York, and they tweeted like, hey, we're bringing like 15 people back. And I don't know what it was, but immediately I was like, oh, you're coming back. I was like, this worked perfectly. Like, you got to go do a work trip for a week. Like, you got a week out of the competition and let you do what you need to do for work. And so people started like DMing me and like, hey, how come you've not been streaming? What's been going on? And I will spill the tea. So Jazzberry starts DMing me and is like asking me questions. I'm like, dude, Jazz is going to bring me back. Like this is about to happen.
Yeah.
And then she didn't. Oh no.
Oh no.
Because I was convinced, like I'm telling my wife, I'm like, I think Jazzberry is going to bring me back. My wife's like, who's that? I'm like, don't worry about it. But I think they're going to bring me back. Like they get to bring me back. I think they're going to bring me back. And she didn't. And then I was like, well, maybe I can get voted back in. Like maybe there's enough people that will vote for me. Because the reality of it is, in this competition, like no one knew who I was for 2 reasons. Reason number 1, I was kind of low key, but reason number 2, the first contest I did for us, I rebranded myself during do something new. I rebranded everything. I changed my name. I did all of that in competition to the point that I had to tell Tyler, hey, like this is me now. Like I changed my branding. And so I didn't know who knew me, but man, when I got cut, people like direct messages and Discord messages like blew up, and I was like, man, I can't believe that people care that I'm not in this thing. Like this is crazy to me. Like what a community, because I thought that people would be like stoked, hey, there's one less person to compete with, like whatever. But people were like, don't worry, you're gonna come back, you're gonna come back, you're gonna come back. And so then I didn't get brought back by Jazzberry. Thank you, Jazz. She told me last week that she was actually going to bring me back, but then in one of their meetings, someone else had mentioned me, so she let them bring me. It was Danielle. Danielle mentioned that she was going to bring me back, and so she let Danielle do it. But it gave me a freaking heart attack. And so I think it's the whole thing, man. I mean, it was the respawn, the Gulag victory was huge for me. My favorite one though was top 10 cut, because I did that reaction with my son, and he went nuts.
I watched it, man.
He freaking went nuts, dude. It was awesome. I can't believe I'm here, honestly, to go from being cut at top 250 or top 200, wherever it was, and to respawn in and be the only resurgence person like in top 10. But I'm stoked to see all that you know, nine of us partnered, and so we're excited, man.
What were your thoughts on the Respawn Recruits competition as a whole? What did you think?
Man, it was crazy experience. Crazy. I don't know what I expected. I signed up literally. I'd never heard of Respawn Recruits, and I'm sure that there's people that are like, oh my god, I've competed 5 times and this guy never heard of it and he won. And it's like, yes, I'm sorry, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
What to tell you? Yeah.
I'd never heard of it at all. I know Respawn. I've been using Respawn chairs for like 10 years. Seriously. There's in my top 25 recap video, there's a photo of my son and daughter from 2019 sitting in my office when we lived in Ohio still, sitting in a Respawn chair playing Fortnite together. Like my son's in my desk Respawn chair. And we, at that point, I think I had that chair for like 2 years already. I had a Respawn chair in my office. I had one at work. And then we moved, and my son really wanted my gaming chair, my Respawn chair, and so I gave it to him for his room. And I bought a crappy chair on Amazon, and it's like the worst chair ever, and it's not made for large people, and after like 6 months it died. And dude, it died like slow motion Titanic sinking. Like I'm playing Modern Warfare 2 on release weekend, and all of a sudden I'm like falling back, and I'm like, what is happening right now? And so when that broke, I was like, hey Landon, I'm taking my Respawn chair back, dude, like until I can find one that I want. And so literally just a couple, like maybe 2 months ago, I bought the one that I'm sitting in right now, and I live in South Florida. It's hot all the time. I was like, it's mesh on the back, it's mesh on the seat, it will breathe, that's great. Like I don't like the one that the old one that we have, I love it, it's super comfortable and it's super sturdy, but it's all like that like chair leather stuff, and so like down here it's hot and it's sweaty, like, so I was like, you know, that's not my favorite part of it, but this one's gonna breathe. So I ordered this chair, and I posted a picture of like my setup, and Respawn like shared it, and I got like tons of views and tons of hits and all kinds of stuff on it. So I just started following Respawn. Like I didn't even really, I think that's the day I found out they were on Twitter, because I tagged them. You know what I mean? And so I get a notification on my Twitter. They're like, there's like an hour for you to sign up for Respawn Recruits. You know, we're gonna pick 5 partners. And I was like, I'm never gonna get this. I applied. I was like, I never thought I'd hear anything about it. And then later that day, I had completely forgotten about it. And when I say completely, I mean like I never gave it a second thought. And then I started getting Discord notifications. And I was like, what the heck Discord server did I get pulled into? Because I thought that maybe I just got pulled into some like spam Discord. And I was like, Respawn? I was like, oh, did I get in the recruits thing? Like, I'm a recruit now? I had no idea what to do. There wasn't like, hey, here's guidelines. It was just like, okay, the contest started and go. And so like I'm watching people make like videos like introducing themselves, and I was like, oh, I bet I should probably tweet who I am. Like I didn't even make an intro video. I was just like, hey, I'm Ray. I'm new here. It's almost like when I got cut, I understood what the competition was. Like before I got cut, it was like, I'm just streaming, I'm making content, I'm using the tag. I'm obviously watching what other creators are doing, so I'm taking that into account for like what I'm doing and trying to see like what they're doing. But there's also a big part of me that's like, don't copy people. So when everyone started to like do intro videos, I was like, well, I can't now because I'm like the last one to do it. So if I do that, then I'm clearly just copy. You know what I mean? Like you get in your head.
Yep.
We talked already a little bit about my comeback, the resurgence, like the respawn into top 150. During that week off though was really where I think it clicked for me. And when community started reaching out to me, I had a really quick realization of like, dude, this whole thing is community, whether I win or lose. Like, I think even the first time that you were commenting on something, I was like, dude, who's this P silencer guy? Like, and then I got to go like find out that like, it's like you're hashtagging recruits. I'm like, oh, he's in the thing with us. You know what I mean? I remember when we were getting down to top 100 cut, dude, I thought that in that 200, I thought I knew a bunch of people. I did not. Like, I thought I had gotten tight with like 80% of the people that were left at like 100, and I wasn't. Like, no. I wasn't even a little. So for me, like the biggest thing, like I would say it's community, man. Like I've never been involved in any type of competition where the people that are competing against each other genuinely are willing to sacrifice their spot because they're rooting for people to go forward. If I'd have been cut, and I wasn't, just kidding. If I'd have been cut like 150, 25, 10, like if I had been cut at any of those points, legitimately, the people that would have had to go on before me, every single, like I could make a case for all of them. Like the first cut that I tried to actually do like a here's my top 25 vouch, and I felt terrible about doing like cutting 50 to 25. I was immediately like, I do not at all envy Tyler.
Man's got the hardest job in the world. I don't care what anybody says. Like, it might have been difficult for us doing the content, but for him to make the decision, I wouldn't want to be there.
Because I'm like, these creators are all great. Now, I will say this, though. When I got cut at 250, it did light a little fire, because I was like, I know I'm better than some of these people. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, I know I can do better. And if you beat, I'm not talking bad about you. I'm just saying, like, I had a genuine feeling of, man, I messed this up. I could have done better. And Frosty asked me to be on the Heirs to the Chairs Cushion Conventions podcast, and I said on that podcast, I was like, don't make the mistake of bringing me back, because if I come back, I'm winning. Like, if I come back, like, I get it now, and you're not going to see me just be happy with coming back for a round. Like, I'm running this thing deep. And so it was a great competition, man. The community's been great. I'm a hyper competitive person, so being able to compete in a place that wasn't toxic was fantastic. Yeah. And I've met some like probably lifelong friends, man. Like legitimately, I've made connections with people that I think I'll be connected with too a while. So I'm super excited about it.
What was your toughest moment during the competition?
Tuesdays in general were rough.
Oh, really?
Tuesday, like getting to cut down day, was kind of tough every week. I actually liked that they would give us challenges, because I felt like the challenges gave us a little bit of a direction. The hardest moment for me was cutting from 25 to 10 for two reasons. I was almost late catching an airplane for my job because the 25 was late, and I didn't leave here until I recorded my 25 reaction.
I was there for that.
Yeah, remember we were in that big chat room, and I was going like, I got to get to the airport, and the airport's an hour from here. I flew out of Fort Lauderdale, which is almost an hour for me. And so that whole week, I was on location doing a photo and video shoot, and the first half of the week, I knew I wouldn't have internet. So I knew that from Tuesday till like Thursday, I knew that I couldn't do content. I knew that content was out for those 2 days, but I was like, that's okay. Like, I'm away for work. Like, that makes sense. I also had my production equipment with me, which meant that I figured out a way to to MacGyver a streaming setup. and there's a picture on my Twitter where I've got my laptop hooked to a portable Steam Deck, So the first night that I had internet, I was like, sweet, I got it all figured out. Now my audio quality is not going to be the same. My video quality, the camera's good because it's one of my cameras. But then the place I was staying, the internet went down. And they couldn't get a tech out there for 4 days.
Oh, no.
The entirety of my trip, I had no internet. I called my wife the last day of my trip and I was like, the trip's been great, work's been awesome, but I'm going to get cut from this competition because I haven't done it. I posted like, I had 3 videos that I had pre-made before I left that were like ready for me to post. And I posted them, stretched them out throughout the week to like make it feel like I was still semi-involved. Here's what the hard thing was. They grouped us into teams and I really felt like I was letting the team down. You can't be mad because it's work, but the reality of it is like there's 4 other people in this team that need me to contribute to what they're doing. And so I legitimately bought the internet plan on an airplane and jumped into Discord on an airplane to just be chatting up people that were playing Call of Duty while I'm in the air. Like I'm doing everything I know to like be connected.
Yeah.
But then I realized when I got home late Sunday night, the challenge for the whole week, thank God, thank you Tyler, thank you God, thank you everyone that like looked out for me. That week they were only looking for that top 25 video. Like that recap video was the challenge. And a lot of people weren't posting because they had spent a week building this video. So I get home at like midnight on Sunday night and I've only got Monday to do this video. And like KB is messaging me and she's like, I've got 15 hours of editing. Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I was like, I haven't had internet. I don't have anything with me at all. And I said, but here's where I feel good about this. I've had television, like broadcast channels, give me tighter deadlines than this on fully fleshed out TV shows that the copy wasn't even written for. I was like, I can make a video. Like I can do this. So like I get home, it's midnight. I am so nervous. And my wife's like, well, what's the challenge this week? And I was like, oh, we have to make a video recapping our experience in recruits. And she's like, so all you have to do is edit a video? And I was like, yeah. And my wife goes, what are you worried about? She was like, this is what you do all day, every day. And so thank God, like I, in one, like 6 or 8 hour sitting, crushed my top 25 video. But with every ounce of anxiety. I love that video. It's one of my favorite pieces that I did throughout the whole thing. But that week of not being able to do anything when it felt like the stakes were super high. You know, there's a rumor at one point about top 25 all being partnered, and there's a rumor that the top 10 got partnered. So like, I really going into that top 10 cut was like, this is the team. Like this, like these are the people that are going to partner. Maybe it ended up being kind of that way. You know what I mean? But yeah, the hardest part was that, man, not being able to contribute and feeling like I was letting my team down, and then having to like at the 11th hour put a video together that I knew people had been doing for a week. That was rough. That was tough.
I'm going to hop straight into the next question. Given the chance, what would you do differently in your journey through Respawn?
It's hard to say, like, because I don't really need to do anything differently. You know what I mean? Like, and I would say this, like, I think that the obvious answer would be like, oh, don't get cut. I think I won because I got cut.
Oh, really?
I'm going to be very honest with you. Like, the way that my mindset changed before the cut and after the cut, like, legitimately watching you guys from the side, like, getting my feet wet for the first 3 or 4 weeks and then getting cut and feeling like it got taken away from me. And then again, having that thought of like, there's people in this that I could do better than. Like, I think they're great people, but I can make better content than this. I know I can make better content than this. There was a little bit of a light bulb aha moment during my 10 days off of this is how you can do it. And I immediately understood how important the community was. And I told everybody during my cut week, like, if I get back in here, I'm collabing with everybody. Not because I want you guys to carry me, just because like I want to learn, I want to see, I want to expand what's going on. And so I would not take the cut away. That cut changed it. And then, you know, I did post this, so it's not super secret. Our last video was like secretive, like most of it was supposed to only go to the partners. I said like, there's no, like, why should I win this thing? I should win this competition because there's no one left that embodies the name Respawn like I do. I'm the only resurgence person. I'm the only respawned, you know, recruit that's still here. Like, I have proven, you know what I mean? Like, I am Respawn. For me to see like where I started and where I ended, in my opinions of putting content out before and then up to now, I don't think I'd have changed anything. I'm not a controversial guy, so it's not like I got into a fight with somebody that I'd be like, I wish I hadn't gotten to that fight or anything like that. I want to be like this positive influence in the industry, and so it's really not my MO to like get into it with people. You know what I mean? Now, are there people that are going to rub you the wrong way? Sure. Like, you know what I mean? Like, every personality doesn't match up, you know, but in this competition, man, like very, very, very little.
Yep.
There's not a person that got cut that I knew that I was like, yeah, glad they're gone. Not one. Never happened. And so I don't want to mess your question up, but I don't think there's much that I would change.
Then honestly,
you tell me, what should I have changed? You tell me. Like, I don't know.
I can't tell you that. But like,
he's like, your name is stupid. Change your name.
It's too big. It doesn't fit on the screen properly.
It doesn't fit on anything. Yeah.
Final question.
Here we go. Final Jeopardy.
What advice can you give to aspiring Respawn partners?
It's not over. That's the advice. And it's never over with Respawn. It's not. Look at Jazzberry. Jazzberry went through recruits last year, got cut in like 25 or something like that.
Yep.
Went for a year. Does recruits again this year. They kicked her out of recruits to partner. They do stuff. She was competing with us at the top. Do you realize? Like, it's
crazy, man.
And so, I mean, here's the thing to me about creators in general. Unfortunately, the platforms and social media in general have become so toxic to the individual. I know for a fact that there's creators that went through this, and they took a little bit of hit to their mental health. Okay, they're pushing themselves out there, and then it's really easy to put the value in yourself in how many likes you're getting on content or what the traction on your content is. I'm telling you right now, some of the best content I've ever made, like 5 people have seen. It doesn't mean it's not the best content I've ever made in my life. It just means that for whatever reason, the algorithm didn't push it, or I didn't have a market then like I do now, or any of those things. So advice that I would give to people is make the stuff that you love. Don't feel like, oh, well, no one else is making this, so I can't make it. Make what you love and be who you are as a creator. You have greatness inside of you, and there is someone that will consume the content that you love. Be true to yourself. Like I said, don't sit there and try to make content because you're trying to satisfy other people. Dude, we streamed 3 hours of Rocket League with Tyler the other night. It was fantastic. So make the content you want to make, man. Like that's all I'm trying to say. Make the content you want to make. Don't try to be someone that you're not. And in regards to Respawn recruits, man, it's never freaking over.
Genuinely, thank you again for coming, and congratulations again on becoming a Respawn partner.
Man, say it again. I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
Congratulations on becoming a Respawn partner.
It's so funny. I am a Respawn partner now.
Because you're a partner, you're going to get a code.
I am. I think it's like over here somewhere.
Yeah, like
pointing at it now. I think I'm pointing
kind
at
of
it
that way. Yeah.
Look, we'll both point at it. We'll point at it together. There
this
it is.
Way.
There's the code right there. Yeah, there it is. Dude, you know what, man? Respawn products. I'm serious about this. I've had, over the last 10 weeks specifically, I've had so many opportunities to partner up with companies. I am not the guy that's just going to be like, promote everything and be a salesperson for people. But I will, like, unendingly promote products that I love already. You know what I mean? Respawn chairs, I've been buying them for years. They've been lasting me for years. I'm a large person. I'm 6'6". I'm like 285 pounds. Respawn chairs are built with big boy love in mind. And so I love that. I don't feel like my chair is going to fall over all the time, like the one that I used last year. And so I'm stoked. If you're looking for a chair, just hit the code Ray. Don't use Care Bear's code or Elder's code. They're going to come on this thing and they're going to tell you to use their code. You know what? You know who gave Care Bear her code? This guy came to me in the middle of the night. I was like, Chair Bear, that's your code. #Chair Bear. And then they actually did it. It's pretty funny. I didn't think that's what they were going to do. I'm just kidding.
Jeez.
Buy from any of the creators. They're great people. But if you want to get a nice little discount, you can use code Ray starting November the 1st. It might be a little bit before that, but I know the official launch date of our codes going live is the 1st. We heard that we might be getting that jumped up a little bit. You can't go wrong with a Respawn chair. I'm currently rocking a Flex in blue. It's fantastic. It's meshy on the back, meshy on the bottom. So if you live in a warm weather state, you're not going to get swamp butt because you got the mesh happening. So that's what I recommend for those things. But man, Silencer, dude, this is supposed to be me gassing myself up. Let me gas up this guy, dude. Go check out Silencer's content, man. This guy earned the right to come back into recruits. He fought like hell. He created like hell. He's a great dude. Go give him every bit of love that you can, because beyond any love that I deserve, who cares, man? I've had a good week. Gas up Silencer. This guy is a freaking monster. Appreciate you, dude. Appreciate the support. Appreciate you being in chats with us and like just as nice as you can be. Not not getting too mad at me for making you sound like you're from London jokes. I appreciate that too. You know what I mean? But dude, this recruit, man, Respawn's family, once a recruit, always a recruit. And if I can leave you guys with anything, and you haven't gotten this from me yet, I'm gonna look right at the camera, I'll say it again. Do not give up, because it's not over yet. I'm talking to you, Silencer. It's not over yet. Don't give up. I know for a fact there are several partners on the way for the next couple months. This is the time to show the current partners and Respawn what you got, because there will be several partner opportunities specifically for recruits that were involved in this competition that are coming up over the next 2 to 3 months.
Trust the process.
It's not over. It's not over. So thanks for having me, man. Appreciate you.
You're very welcome. And I can't wait to see more of you very soon.